Hello friends, good morning and once again welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Chitra Varun and I am here presenting a lecture on human blood. In this video, we will discuss about the constituents of bloods and its functions. Now let's begin friends without any delay. These are my credentials. So before going deep into this lecture, first of all we have to know what is blood. So friends, blood is a red color fluid in human and other animals which function is to deliver necessary substances like nutrients and oxygen and carbon dioxide to the cell and transport metabolic waste product away from the cell. In human blood, it is composed of blood cell, and what are those blood cells? Like RBC, WBC, platelets are suspended in blood plasma. Now move on to the basic things about blood. First, blood is a connective tissue. That means why we call it connective tissues? Because it have two reasons. So if I ask you why it is considered as a connective tissue, because I have already told you that it has two reasons. One reason is that it connects the body system together and provide needed oxygen, nutrient, hormone and other molecule to the body. And second reason is that its origin is mesodermal. That means it is derived from mesoderm. Embryologically अगर हम देखते हैं, बात करते हैं, then it is arises from the mesoderm, and all the connected tissues which are present in our body arises from the mesoderm only. That's why we call it as a connective tissue. इसका main reason तो यही है कि ये connective tissues जो होते हैं mostly mesoderm से origin होता है, और blood is also derived from mesoderm. That's why it is called as connective tissues. And other reason is that I have already discussed that it connect body system together and provide needed oxygen, nutrient, hormone and other signaling molecule to the body parts, so body cells, sorry. So this is the main reason. Now if we talk about the quantity of the blood, so it is 7% of the total weight. Whatever the weight of human being, it's 7% is, it should be 7% should be its blood. And if we talk about in liters, then 5.5 to 5 to 5.5 liter blood is present in an adult human being. If we talk about this blood pH, so it's quite basic. That means its blood pH is around 7.4. So in this slide, we have to remember that blood is a connective tissue and its quantity is around 7% of the total body weight, or 5 to 5.5 liters, and its blood pH is around 7.4. It usually asks in SSC and other government exam what is the pH of the blood, so it is around 7.4. Now move on to the blood components. So blood is made up of two components. One is blood plasma, which is around 55%, and other one is blood corpuscles, or we can call it as corpuscles is a cell, and it is around 45%. If we talk about blood corpuscles, that mean I am talking about the blood cells. So there are three type of blood cell. One is RBC or red blood cell, and other one is WBC, that is white blood cell, and third one is platelet. This is also known as thrombocytes. So now these are the three cell type which is found in our blood. Now move on to the plasma component. Plasma contain water. Its maximum content of plasma is water, and the second one is the protein. The main protein which is present in blood plasma is albumin. Its main function is to regulate colloidal osmotic pressure of the blood. Third one is salt, and glucose is present in a very minute amount. Now see the composition of plasma. Water is around 90%, protein is around 7%, salt is around 0.9%, and glucose is very less, that is 0.1%. Now we will talk about the function of plasma. Plasma does transportation of digested food, hormones, excretory product, etc. from one part of the body to the another part of the body where cell required any nutrient. If cell required any nutrient, so its main function is for the transportation of nutrients to the different part of the body. So this is its a main function. and it also maintain your normal blood pressure, as well as it is also help to distribute heat throughout the body, and it maintain homeostasis of the body. So it is plasma is very much important for various function of the blood. Now we will talk about the different type of blood cells which is present in our blood, which I talked earlier, like RBCs, WBC, platelets are present in our blood. So first of all we will talk about the RBC, that is red blood corpuscles or cells. So here nucleus is absent, that means nucleus is not found in RBCs. Exception अगर हम बात करें, then exceptions are camel and llama. These are two animals where nucleus is present in RBCs. Normally nucleus are absent in all mammalian red blood cells. Now if we talk about the shape, it is biconvex or disc shaped. And why it is biconcave shape? Because biconcave shape of RBC provide a greater or maximum surface area to store more hemoglobin, so that greater amount of oxygen is stored and transported in our body. So these are disc shape or biconcave shape. You can see this is the maximum surface area they have, and they can store more oxygen, more hemoglobin, and transport it to the body. So it is an advantage over a flat shape. So this is biconcave in shape. And if we talk about its synthesis, so RBCs are formed in bone marrows, but at the embryonic stage की अगर हम बात करें, then its formation takes place in liver, and its destruction, that means it dies in liver and spleen. That's why spleen is called as a graveyard of RBCs, because maximum RB destructed into the spleen. Now if we talk about its life cycle, then its life cycle is around 20 to 120 days. If we talk about RBC structure, so RBC structure is made up of hemoglobin. It is having heme compound which contain iron inside this heme molecule, and other one is a globin protein. So red color of blood is due to the heme it's a pigment where the iron is present. So basically it provided red color to the blood. In a nutshell, RBC contain hemoglobin compound. Heme is a compound which contain iron, and globin is a protein which surround this heme molecule. So due to this heme compound, there is a red color of the blood. Now if we talk about the disease, that means what kind of disease is associated with the deficiency of hemoglobin. So it is called as anemia. Anemia is a deficiency in which hemoglobin pigment goes down or decrease or reduce in the RBCs. Now we will talk about the function of RBC. So the primary function of RBC is to transport oxygen to the blood cell and deliver carbon dioxide to the lungs. Here hemoglobin absorbs oxygen in the lung, then it travels through the blood vessel and bring oxygen to all other cell via the heart. So hemoglobin play an important role in carry oxygen from lungs to all cell of the body and bring back CO2 from all body cells to lungs. Now move on to the WBC or white blood corpuscles or white blood cells. So if we talk about the nucleus, so WBC is nucleus is present in WBC or white blood cells. And if we talk about its shape is similar to the amoeba. Amoeba is a protozoa. Now its synthesis takes place liver, lymph node, and sometime in spleen. So its synthesis takes place in liver, lymph node, and sometime in spleen. And if we talk about its lifespan, then it's around 2 to 4 days. If we talk about the ratio of RBC versus WBC, then RBC is 600 and WBC is 1. So WBC ratio, WBC is present in a very less amount. And if we talk about its function, so its main function is to protect the body from disease. Now we will discuss about the different type of WBC which is present in our blood system. WBC is also known as leukocyte. So these are the cells which makes our most of our immune system. So WBC is divided into two groups. One is agranular, that means granules are not present in this cell, and granular, that means granules are present in these type of cells. So agranular are divided into two groups. One is lymphocyte, other one is monocytes. Lymphocyte is around 20 to 40%, and these are two types, T cells and B cells. T cells mean this is derived from the thymus, and B cells means these are derived from the bone marrow cells. So B cells involved in the antibodies production, and T cell involved in the cell mediated immunity. Now move on to the monocytes. Monocyte is around 2 to 8%. It is a biggest type of WBC in the immune system, and it fight off bacteria, virus and fungi. When certain germs enter the body, they quickly rush to the site for attack. So they quickly rush to their site and they attack on the virus and bacteria and whatever the kind of germ which is attacked in our body. So they fight against fungi and bacteria and protect our system. Now move on to the granular. That means granules are present in these type of cells. One is basophil, which is 0.5 to 1%. Other one is eosinophils, which is 1 to 4%, and third one is neutrophil, which is present maximum 40 to 60% in our immune system. So these are granular type of cells. Now first we discuss what basophil do. Basophils having granules that is filled with the histamine. Histamine is a compound or substance that involved in allergic reaction. Whenever the body is attacked by allergens, so basophil come and play their role by releasing so much amount of histamine into the body. So histamine क्या करता है? Histamine increase blood flow to damaged tissues, resulting in swelling and inflammation. So this is the cell which involved in allergic reaction, around 1 to 4%, and they will fight against parasitic infection, mostly nematodes and bacteria. Now move on to the neutrophil. This is the maximum, these are the maximum cells, and that means 40 to 60% of the whole cell is only neutrophils. Its main job is to kill as many as germs as possible. So they are the first cells when they appear at the site of infection, and they destroy all bacteria and germs which enter in our body. Now move on to the platelets. It is a third kind of cell. Platelet is a third type of cell which is present in our blood. It is also known as thrombocyte. Here the nucleus is absent in platelets, and here its synthesis takes place in bone marrow. And platelet lifespan is around 3 to 5 days, and its destruction takes place in spleen. And if we talk about the function of platelet, so principal function of platelet is to prevent bleeding. That means it helps in clotting of blood. So here one note is that during dengue fever, number of platelet count is reduced. So why does so? Because dengue virus infects cells of immune system, that this leads to destruction and damage of white blood cell, and this may leads to decreased platelet counts. Now in the end of the slide we will discuss about the function of the blood. So its main function is to control body temperature by absorbing heat, and other one is blood helps to regulate pH by interacting with acid and base. They also regulate water balance by transferring water to and from the tissues. Blood also protect our body by by maintaining different kind of leukocyte, WBC or antibodies. They destroyed invading microorganisms and cancer cells. And antibody and other protein destroy pathogenic substances. And blood platelet factors initiate blood clotting and help minimize blood loss. So it prevent blood loss by making blood clotting factors. They also involve in nutrient transportation, nutrient from the digestive tract and storage site to the rest of the body. And waste product is also removed or detoxified by the liver and kidney from this blood only. And they also do hormone transportation in different type of organ in from they carry blood hormones, and they transport it to the different site of the body where they required. And they also, major function of the blood is to transport the oxygen and CO2 and digestive food, conduction of the hormones. They also they transport the oxygen, like from we take oxygen, inhale oxygen from the lungs, and they transport this oxygen to the various type of cells where they required. And from various type they collect a CO2. This is toxic gas which is collected from the different type of cells to the lungs, where it is exhaling out. So these are some main functions which helps in our body, which helps to maintain our body system. So this is all about blood. It is a important factor of our body which maintain our body, and this is all about blood, and we will discuss different chapter in our next video. Till then, bye. Thank you very much.